this message is just for you. You are good enough. This is the episode for you. If you are caught up in indecision today and you really don't know where to start or how to get started, I've made this video just for you. So some mornings I find it really hard to get started. I have my to-do list set already, and normally I would just start with the first thing and go in order, just like I do every other morning. Day to day, my to-do list doesn't even change that much. But sometimes this other part of my brain takes over. And that part of my brain is convinced that we need to completely rework the to-do list because, and it is always this, what I have in front of me just isn't logical or just doesn't make sense. And then I listen, and then I tie myself in knots, trying to work out the perfect order in which to do all the things on my list. And I bring in all sorts of considerations. What if I'm tired after X? Wouldn't it be more sensible to do this thing first because it's more creative, but then actually, no, that thing first because it's the hardest or the longest, or that one because it's the most urgent, and wouldn't this one really neatly transition into this next thing? And I go round and round, and I just can't settle on anything. And before I know it, I've wasted a whole lot of time and a whole lot of brain power just trying to figure out my day. And I know that I'm falling further and further behind where I actually wanted to be. And I'm resentful because didn't I have this to-do list already worked out yesterday anyway? And then because I'm already tired and frustrated and clock watching from the start, the whole day feels like a battle. And so if this is you this morning and you're struggling to get started, I just wanted to pop in with a quick question that might unstick you. Are you actually thinking and planning right now, or are you worrying? Are you actually thinking about your next step in your language learning, strategizing, researching, making sure that everything fits into a logical workflow? Or are you imagining everything that could possibly go wrong with all the things on your to-do list and trying to mitigate that? Things like, well, what if I'm far too tired after my grammar work to do anything else? What if my language exchange partner finds me annoying? What if my teacher gets angry that I keep making a certain mistake? What if a certain grammar point never clicks? What if I never learn these words? Or are you obsessing over the process today because you're actually worrying about the outcome of that process? Because for some things, you can control the process as much as you want, but when it comes to the outcome, it's in someone else's hands. So thoughts like, what if I get rejected from the foreign university of my dreams? Or what if I don't get that job abroad? What if this never works out? The thing is that you can do as much as you want to control the work you put in, the content you consume, and the people you talk to. But from the moment your application lands on the desk of that job, that university, you can't control it anymore. And so once you realize that actually the reason you're struggling to order your to-do list today is actually because you're trying to control the uncontrollable, it can feel like a weight has been lifted. The order that you do things in today, it's not going to be the thing that makes or breaks the outcome. And the thing with worry is, it often dresses up as preparedness. It carries the same briefcase. It tells us that we're carrying out the correct amount of due diligence, that this is the behavior of someone who really cares and really wants to reach their goals. And it tells us that if we haven't considered everything, or if something goes wrong, it's on us. And perhaps the worst thing is it tricks us into feeling like we're already being really productive. You know, when we're spending ages on our to-do list, well, it feels like we're already doing something because we are already busy and we are already expending effort. But that busyness and that effort isn't really helping us towards today's goals. It's taking up the energy that we actually want to be spending on doing the things. And so how are we going to get out of this worry state and actually get going? Here's my advice. Choose the quickest or the most straightforward thing on your to-do list. You need a win, so start there. And then once you've got the momentum going, then you can tackle the harder things, even if the hardest thing is, well, what do I do next? And if you don't have a really quick thing on your to-do list, pick the first thing and then make the simplest start you can. Open that blank document and write a working title. Open your textbook to the right page and write the date in your notebook. It's no fun feeling stuck, but this will not last forever, language learners. Remember, you are not going to make any decisions today that will completely derail your language learning journey. You are not going to reverse your progress. You're not going to make yourself forget everything you've learned so far. Languages are robust, and you're not going to break them. If by the end of the day you've learned a few more words or a bit more grammar, or you've had a conversation, or you've practiced something you learned earlier in the week, that is progress. You can do this. You are already doing this, and you will feel so much better once you've accomplished that first thing, and the fogginess will probably go away on its own. So good luck, language learners. You'll get this, and every win will get you closer to where you want to be. Keep at it, and I will see you tomorrow.